episode of Jacob's House of Rock. In this episode, I will be reviewing Wilkinson's WPB Precision Bass Pickups. These are a pretty well recommended brand for really cheap pickups that are said to be pretty good. At least they're higher end cheap pickups, I guess. This particular set is, as far as I know, they have two sets of P-Bass pickups that they sell, and this is their higher end one. They have some lower end ones called WPB-M, I think, which have ceramic magnets. These have Alnicos 5 to be precise, and I'm going to be, the reason I got these was I'm going to be doing a little series about modding this bass. This is my, excuse the birds chirping in the background. This is my first ever bass. It's an Econu, or however you pronounce that, Econ AU, PJ bass. So I'm going to be replacing these pickups. I've already taken these out a couple of times, and they're just ceramic, cheap P-Bass style pickups. And I'm going to be replacing all of this. I've already modded it once, where I've added a separate volume knob to have this wide like a jazz bass. Basically, before there were just the two knobs. One was a tone, one was a volume for both. But now, then I added this tone knob down here, and now these are separate volumes. So I'm probably in future going to be painting this too and doing a whole bunch of stuff with it. But for now, I'm just going to be using it to test out these pickups and give you guys a demo of what that's like. I'm also going to be adding this pickup into the J part of it down by the bridge. This is just a nice little Alnico pickup that I took out in my video where I was modding, very long video mind you, where I was modding my Fender Jazz Bass. This was a pickup, it was a Mexican jazz bass. I think it was previously modded because this is a nice Alnico pickup that was in there originally. So this is going the bridge, and these obviously are going the neck position. So without further ado, let's open up this packet. So first I'll just give you guys a close look at it. I was kind of worried that these would be counterfeit ones, because I don't know if they do have them or not, but I've just you can find these pickups like super cheap from China that it's like gets worrying. But by the looks of these, and from what I've seen, these look legit. I'll have the links, the link where I bought these in the description below. You can find them really cheap on AliExpress, but again, I don't know if those are genuine or not, because then you go on sites where they're selling them from the US or England, and they're just a lot more expensive. But then again, postage from those areas is a lot more expensive too, so who knows. But hopefully if it focuses, you can have a look at the packaging. Wait for it. There we go, it focused. You can see they got the little silver Wilkinson logo there. Model WPB. And if we look at the back, there we go. Oh, and it's out of focus. But you can see that these are definitely Alnico pickups. They don't have any bar magnets in the back or anything like that. They come with the springs and some screws. So let's take these out of the packet and have a look, shall we? So here they are. Also, I should mention the bass that I am modding is literally the cheapest bass on eBay from like maybe like 6 or 7 years ago now, but it was like $100 bass that came with an amp and everything. So that'll be interesting to see how well I can get it working, because it's pretty playable, but just the stuff in it's not that great. But back to the pickups. So they come in this nice little pouch, nothing fancy, no little box. You just open up the this bit, and we'll see what we got in here. So, sealed little pouch. It's actually been heat sealed, so I'll grab some scissors. Go. There's the, hold on, there are the screws, springs, nothing special. You can see they have like a rough backing here. And there we go, we've got it in focus. You can just see they got the little sticker on the back. Get a little close look at it. The pole pieces don't, when you have the cover pressed up to it, they don't stick out very much, one actually more than the other. Sticker came off, no worries. And let's take a look at the coils. So they're wrapped up, so we can't really see what kind of copper is on the inside. Same on both. Anyway, there are the pickups, and I'll cut away and I'll do a sound demo of before and after with these in my bass, and you'll get to see me installing these, and I'll talk you through that. So, alright guys, so now I'm going to install the Wilkinson pickups into this area. Firstly, I'm just loosening the strings so they're very loose, so I can begin working on all this. Dirty here, but that's alright. Strings there. Okay, let's get these components out. First of all, get the screws out. Alright guys, so I just got all the screws out. While I was at it, I also took the screws out for the actual pickups, so they're gonna come out with no problem. Let's get the pick guard off. Let's see what we have to work with. I should mention that I have, oh no, I left one screw. I have previously modded this one, as I said in the intro. And so I don't know what the wiring is going to be like under this, because this was very long ago, back when I didn't know anything about modding anything. So I just changed this, changed it up a bit on the electronics, so it might look pretty ugly in there. But I'm going to redo the electronics properly later on when I properly mod this. This is just a review of the Wilkinson pickups, but later on I'm going to be doing a review of this bridge. This is like a cheap high-mass bridge that you'd find from China, and I'll be putting this one on here as well as tweaking some other stuff, maybe painting it or changing out some other hardware, who knows. But for now, this is just about the pickups, so I'll be shielding the cavity and all that later on too. For now, this is just literally, no matter how ugly the electronics are in this thing, I'm gonna just change to the other pickups, and we'll see what that does, basically, so we can have a more objective objective comparison. But taking a look, there's the electronics. not too pretty, but should be pretty easy to work with. So let's have a look. Jeez, what did I do? Okay, it's gonna be interesting. Not the best kind of sponges on these magnets. As you can see, they got that ceramic magnets under there. So get rid of these two. I guess for sake of saving time and you're going to watch me solder again, which tends to happen a lot in these videos, I'll just cut away here and I'll have an update after I've installed them. So see you guys soon. I've got some interesting work to do with this, but for now, ciao. Alright guys, so I've just finished soldering on the new pickups. I'm not really happy with the wiring here, so I think when I do properly mod this thing out, I will be changing it out completely, pretty much. It's not pretty. It works, but I don't think it'll be very reliable. Anyhows, now it's time to actually install the pickups, which is the exciting bit. So, let's just get all our components. We have a little screws for our Wilkinsons. I'll guess I will use the old sponges from underneath these. These are pretty crappy too, so I'll be changing these out in the future as well. But they'll have to do for now. So I'll just chuck those in there. I'll just put in the jazz pickup first, because that's got all its bits already in there. Just has that one has a much nicer bit of sponge under it, so all I need to do is screw it in. Alright, so I've got this jazz bass pickup almost put in. I have noticed that that it keeps cutting out. There's some issue with the wiring. I mean, I'm not surprised. I didn't do a very good job when I originally wired this thing, so hopefully for the demo and when I put it all back together, it'll hold out for that, and then later I'll fix it up properly. Sorry. And then I'll fix it up properly, but for now, I'll just leave it as it is and just pray for the best. So one more screw for this, and then I'll get to the Wilkinsons. I'm not sure if I'll use the screws that came with them, or the old screws that were the stock pickups in this, because the cavities are fairly deep and the Wilkinsons seem to have smaller screws, but we'll see. I guess these will fit, but I'll go with the original screws for now, and I'll just use the springs that came with these, just because they'll dig into the wood a bit more, because it's, like I said, a deeper cavity. I guess they don't need the springs either, because the way the pickups are built, there's no need for them, because there's nothing holding up the actual coil aside from the sponge in the middle, so I'll just completely go with the old screws and the old sponge. Alright guys, so this is the before take. I'll just be going through the same little riff, changing through the pickups. So first I'll start off with the neck pickup as usual, then I will switch to the bridge pickup, and then I'll do both. And I'll be after each setting, I'll switch to the after, and then you'll be able to hear the difference that the Wilkinsons make. So obviously I haven't installed them yet, so I don't know how they're going to sound, but hopefully they'll sound pretty good. So let's start off. First, neck pickup, and as always, the tone will be on full for all of these demos, and then at the end I'll just do a little noodling, and I'll be messing with just flipping through the pickups and the tone knob as well at the end, and there'll be one final comparison. So, to start off with, neck pickup, tone on full. So this is the actual P-bass pickup that the Wilkinsons will be replacing. Guys, so there are the Wilkinson pickups. As you can hear, they're a little lower output than the previous ones, but if you raise the volume of the recording, I think they sound pretty good. I'll go through and I'll listen to it a bit later to have my full sort of opinion. I still need to play around with them a bit, but pretty good so far. Alright guys, so now we're going to be comparing the bridge pickups. So what we'll hear now is just the cheap ceramic pickup that's on stock on this bass, and then it will cut to the Alnico pickup that I took out of my jazz bass. Guys, so hopefully there you could hear the difference that the Alnico pickup makes in this, as opposed to that ceramic one. Yeah, now we're going to go on and do both of them together. And there you go, guys. There is both pickups blended together. Now for the yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that was helpful. And just bear in mind that the pickup down here is not a Wilkinson pickup. I have no idea what kind it is. It's just an Alnico, and it sounded good of some sort. So yeah. For the rest of this video, I'm just gonna be noodling around with the Wilkinson pickup. So I'll turn the volume off for this one. So for the rest of the video I'll be, for all intensive purposes, just playing a P bass. So since I've been recording this through like the SansAmp, and I should have probably had a more neutral setting when I was doing the before and afters, it just sort of realized, but I'm not gonna be putting the old pickups back and redoing it all, so forget that. But for the rest of it, I will be flipping around with some settings on there as well as the tone on here, and just giving you a demo of what these pickups sound like. The strings on here, I'll mention, these are old strings that I've boiled, so they sound fairly new, so that's pretty good. And yeah, so just for the rest of this, just enjoy, guys, and get a good sense of what these pickups sound like. Turning the tone down a little bit here. now I'm going to be adding a little mid-range here on the SansAmp. Should grab a pick. See how that sounds. P-basses are pretty cool for pick, so should be pretty cool. Add a little gain. Apologize for my sloppy playing, but I'm just trying to give you guys a rough sound demo. Not trying to play anything particularly amazing today. Adding some more drive and upping the presence a bit. So there you go, guys. There's my little demo and review of the Wilkinson's PW something. I don't know. Hold on. WPB pickups. So Alnico 5s, pretty cheap. Actually very cheap for some nice pickups. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, you find it helpful, and if you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to post them down below. I always reply to comments, and yeah, I love hearing from you guys and getting some input and some suggestions and whatnot, and yeah, so basically, thanks for watching, and keep on rocking, people. Peace out.